Krusk, I think I was playing against Chairs last night, and I think he put it very nicely. Krusk is a very versatile faction. Sand Goblins are very versatile, where they have tools to get aggressive with extra movements. The Rust Rider gets extra moves. The Biter gets extra moves. Can be very effective aggressively, and if you're in their face, there's very little you can do to get away from the Sand Goblins with tools like Mortar. Um, that can hit you from behind anything, can fly in from behind anything. You really just cannot avoid the chip damage if the Sand Goblin's in your face. So that's a very good tool for them. And then also, there's just a strategy where you equip all of your upgrades on your 10 health gate. So you're thrusting around every turn. You get a little bit of extra damage with the turret. And then you attack with a wrench rat, equip it on the 10 health gate, and then every time they bring the 10 health gate down to health that makes you worry that it might be killed next turn, you just play detonate on it. So you get it back to your hand, all the wrench rats back to your hand, all the upgrades back to your hand, and you make it chilling. And yeah, other than that, you use scavengers to reclaim some cards, keep your econ going. Champions, you can maybe even see all three, all very good. Uncle Sparks, you can build him just like very easy to use, and get your upgrades. Silts is like the ultimate champion for everything. For assassinations, you can use her to keep your scavengers safe. There's so much you can do there. So yeah, I like to play like a very passive 10 health gate strategy, just staying in the back much as I can. But they can get aggressive if they need to. And Crimson Order is, and I can't say as definitively with them because I have a lot less games, but they seem like an onslaught of units and value to me. They have no movement tech other than segment. There's none. There's nothing that is going to surprise you about this deck other than segment and maybe Priest being summoned adjacent to Daymar. Other than that, they are very vanilla, but can get a ton of damage. Royal Warriors can attack for 2, making them sort of like a 4/5 with a downside. If you damage your summoner, but every time Daymar damages a unit, either friendly or enemy, you heal. So you can hope to, if you can play your cards right, it's not too big of an issue. Or it's all there's so much about cycling damage on your damage on your summoner. That's sort of the combo here. You have a lot of very good cards. I mean, actually, it's really just the Warriors and the Call Force, which allow you to reclaim 2 commons, which is just insane for playing for the economy. But so it feels like your summoner's health going up and down just like feels like a very vivid pulse of the game. You can use Faithful Servants to drop cultists at the end of your attack phase. So similar to Maldaria, you call something for protection. Oh, I should just hit save here. That'll make this easier. And Devout Cultists have a chance to, like, when they die, return to your hand. Doom Cultists you can use to get some extra damage on enemy summoners. So yeah, Warriors are insane. You can Daymar can be similar to Maldaria, where you set down sniping down a single lane with Sacral Priests or something. Or it can also be similar to like the Infect decks with Convert to be able to get some Infects 4 times total per game. Champions Casamara is great for value. Thought about Chera said last night that they can see Casamara as the key against the Sand Goblins matchup, and I could see that. Vesna Brana is very good in a lot of matchups, not against Sand Goblins because they have so much chip damage. And Segment is a nice surprise every once in a while. Transfuse is incredibly powerful value wise as well. So is Deathrite. So the strategy here is just to get a ton of value out of your warriors and whatnot. I feel like sometimes you want to advance with Daemar just to you just to negate the fact that you have no movement tech, but at the same time you don't want him to die. And I've seen I don't know. Vexer has been able to play this faction in a way that is much more passive than I think you could get away with. Like I think about I like to play very aggressive Maldaria as well, and um, so I don't know. We'll have to see how things get played out, and I believe so. We had the we had the community vote on who is going to play which side of this matchup, and it is indeed still tied up. So let's settle it in Twitch chat right now. Last time we did both sides, and the stream ended up being like 3+ hours or something, just because it can if both games go to the late game, it's rough. But we are gonna play if the game ends in less than 30 minutes, we will play another one though. And yeah, so this matchup in general, it seems like Cross can really take advantage of Crimson Order's lack of movement. That like you thrust your gate one spot back and it can't be hit by a Royal Warrior. Now on the other hand, if a Royal Warrior ever gets to the gate, like it only takes 3 hits from a Royal Warrior to take it out, so and it only takes 1 hit to take it down to 6 health, which can like feel like a danger zone where now it feels like you have to detonate it. So if we can put pressure on that gate, that's huge. Um, we do have ranged units. Like if we can use our devout cultists, if we can snipe with Daemar, I think we want to avoid letting Daemar take any damage. I think we want to advance if he lets us, but we don't want to force it. I think we want to play cautiously as Daemar. That's my thought. I think I would try to hold more cards than I normally do, just in case the Sand Goblin player wants to sit me out the whole time. I don't want to have discarded my whole deck away. As Sand Goblin's player, you just keep Crimson Order at an arm's reach and keep just like a biter comes in, a wrench rat shoots and then equips, and just keep force them to overextend to do anything, pick off their warriors. Seems like a good time. But I don't know. You lose Silt. You don't get a thruster. If Crimson Order gets established, I mean, it's another strategy as Daemar. I feel like I will play maybe a turn or two, kind of aggressive, just to be like, maybe they don't get a thruster. Maybe I'm able to get in there and like get a gate in or something, and then like I can just swing the game in a totally different direction and have the fight on this side of the field. I don't know. We'll do our best. Our best might not be good enough, but we shall try. Oh, Vexer said someone just flipped their vote on the poll in the Discord. Do I decide it based on that instead? That says the someone just flipped their poll to say that Vexer plays Crimson Order on there. That is vote on heads or tails. Well, let's negate the coin flip. Let's go with that. So let's do it. Vexer and Crimson Order. And let's get the game started. We are gonna play on 3 days, but like moral victory is lost if you go past 45 minutes. Oh, he just sent me a link. And let's get started. Wait, so we're saying goblins. I almost clicked Crimson Order. and I'm first. Love to see it. Okay, so we're doing a we're doing a 3 day clock, just in case, but we're both gonna try to hold ourselves to 45 minutes. And if we did go over the 45 minutes, we'll keep our turn in like a minute or two. With a hard cutoff at like an hour. But gonna gonna still try to make it a 45-minute game. Um, I think I put the mortar on the 10 health gate still here. I think I am happy to take the fight to them. Um, I'm debating if I want the rider to go up there. It does just give them something to shoot at. But I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. Where does the other gate go? Thinking maybe over here or something. Like, I would think about here as well. Just because it might like line up with us better. But assuming we're going to be stuck with this gate configuration for a little while, maybe the gate goes there. And maybe we equip with the rat. We give him the rider. We equip with the rat. Like, cause we can also. I don't mind leaving the rat because then like there's only so many things they can successfully attack this turn. But nah, let's just get in their face. Whatever. Sacrificial rider. Fine. And yeah, Clink will get discarded. Sorry, Hagrada. But not feeling as, especially early in the game when we haven't taken any damage. Ooh, I didn't build the mortar. That sounds like a skill issue. Sounds like someone's not on top of their game. What do we do about that? Do we try to make it tactical? Or do we hold it until next turn? and make ourselves very mad. You know what? Fucking mortar sucks anyway. I never use mortar. There's another one in our deck, right? We can always get it back with sparks, right? I would not discard anything. See, that's so funny. I want to get to my champions and whatnot. Hold all. Everyone says, well, you're making me doubt myself. I don't feel like Clink is very good in this matchup. I don't feel like Riders. But I totally see different. I totally see and respect different ways to play it. This is how I'm most comfortable. No reason to versus Crimson Order. That's fair. And I sort of want to have the option for sparks and whatnot as soon as possible, but not not equipping the mortar on the gate is pretty janky to have done that, but um yeah, something we can definitely ask Vexer about how he would do that differently. Just in my opinion, yeah, I have a lot of respect for your opinion, and I mess these. I can. I sort of only have one way of playing Sand Goblins, and it doesn't always work out for me. So yep, that pressures my gate pretty well. Now I probably just am gonna sacrifice this over here. I kind of want to bait him into coming towards me. Um, That's at least what I'm thinking. I am thinking more about using riders in this matchup. Normally, I'm comfortable just discarding like every single one and like playing Uncle Sparks as many times as possible if you want to. Do we try to burst down this warrior next turn? I wonder. Because I mean, we could hit it with a biter, a scavenger, and a rat. That's a lot of things. I sort of feel like just not giving him the juice. I don't want to let Daymar attack. I don't like that we let Daymar attack with that very first thing. Gotta kill the warriors, make them pay for the power. Yeah, I kind of want to force them to advance. Like I want to have a wrench rat equip and then kill this. So if I do the play where wrench rat is here and just does this, their response is probably warrior to there. Um, and that's probably fine. I don't want to put a unit here because Daymar can then attack it. And that feels kind of bad. Um, yeah, that's about it. I can send in a biter after that warrior later. Yeah, it's a pretty boring play, and we're letting him come to us, but I'm annoyed. I hate Daymar. I want to just sit and chill. And the only thing I hate more than Daymar is Rust Riders. So, goodbye. Um, but yeah, I love to keep hearing in chat how people will play would play this differently. Because I am by no means an expert at Sand Goblins. We finally got the thruster. That's good. Um, we're coming in, probably gonna double attack that gate. All right, that kind of feels bad. You know what we should have done, and why didn't we not do? Is Crust could be here right now. Because yeah, in case they try to double attack that gate, I was thinking, I was like, oh no, we'll be too exposed from there. We absolutely would not be. Wouldn't be exposed at all. There's no Crimson Order unit that could get to us from where we were. Um, so I'll call that a misplay. But hopefully it won't punish us too much. But yeah, if we're burning too hot and discarding too much, then the advantage we have of just being able to sit still and win might disappear. Um, Vexer is being very greedy with Daymar. Is just staying in the back. This is the sort of thing I was expecting to see from him. We'll see if he tries to advance at some point. Kind of hope I draw him another mortar. If we get sparks, we can get it too. But that's just. It's funny because I feel like I always use the mortar on the 10 health gate, but I don't actually use it that much in a given game. So like, the idea of discarding mortar seems pretty jank, but like, I don't know. Like and I've never done it because it feels like an essential tool, or at least to threaten it. But I don't know. Maybe it's fine. All right. The idea here is maybe I'm not going to be able to kill all of this. I'm not going to be able to do 10 damage in a turn. Not going to have enough burst for that, and it's probably accurate. I don't think I will. Maybe we send a biter here. And then, do we go for a 3-on-3 scavenger on the warrior? That feels kind of like bad. How about a scavenger there? Look at how patient he's being. Look at how patient he's being. And yeah, I wish this gate was a spot farther back, or just something so we couldn't punish it as easily as this. Not happy with this, but we'll survive. If only I could get one more damage on this warrior, then I could do like a scavenger plus a biter. I could do a 4-on-4 to kill that warrior, and then like Krusk attacks the gate, but as is, it feels kind of bad. Because we could just miss pretty big. Oh wait, we're not gonna have that gate. Yeah. So we're probably just gonna have to bite her in front of that warrior to stop it. I wonder if we thrust her on Krusk. Thrust her on Krusk feels really good this game. So I'm spreading myself a little bit thin with that. If I thrust her on Krusk, I can attack this warrior, and that's that. Only there were a way to. Yeah, so the strat that Chairs was talking about was like if we had a Rust Rider up here, a Scavenger here, and then another unit, like say we had done the right thing and had a Krusk here, we could get another unit over here, then there would be no way for them to kill that Scavenger. And that would be very good. Sadly, that's not in the cards. Though if we put the Scavenger here, we're going to force the Warrior to advance to deal with it. That seems alright. We could do Scavenger here. Fighter to here, Scavenger to here. No, it's just not quite it. Alright, Thruster on Krusk is a little bit strange, but I'm gonna go for it. Force the warrior to advance to hit the scavenger. We don't even need Thruster on Krusk because if right now the warrior is gonna hit the scavenger, it's not gonna hit Krusk. But we'll take it to start. We still won't take any chances here. What are we gonna reclaim? Reclaim a rider. I might start to consider playing some riders in this matchup. That might be something I'm getting wrong right now. Or I can reclaim that gate. That might be nice too. We will see. Alright, let's do 3 over here. 2 damage. Let's do 3 over here. I wonder if we want the gate. I wonder if we want another gate. Do you think we need another gate, or you think we need to go for the kill? Or you think we need like a rider so we can try to do some things? I'm just thinking about like where I want I think it is a gate, but I don't know where I want the gate to go. But think it is a gate. Though a rider could be helpful next turn as well. This game is going to the end game. It's just got those vibes. All right, punished for choosing the gate, so clearly it was incorrect. Um, and I do feel like I want something to spend that magic on. But Krusk is at least like even if we do some poor choices with magic, we're at least always we have the scavengers and Uncle Sparks, so like we could hypothetically play two Uncle Sparks and a Silts to account for our magic deficiency, ineptitude. So our deck has us covered in that respect. I don't know where the gate goes. Maybe there. Just somewhere that they can't like get to immediately. We're never letting Daymar attack. Daymar is coming up. Alright. Scavenger on the warrior, looking good. Yeah, a rider would feel a lot better here, because then I could biter, scavenger, and then use the rider somehow. Maybe we even burn hot to like cover this. Just to defend our scavenger for a second turn. I really like that maneuver that Cheraz showed us. Because I normally think about scavengers as they're dead in a turn no matter what you do. Ain't no shot of them doing anything ever. There's no way in heck that Vexer doesn't use Blood Begotten here on that scavenger. That is just way too punishing. What? Oh, he's got transfuse. Okay. eventually we're gonna figure out that transfuse is a card. It might take us a little bit, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. All right, that's unfortunate, but we should still be able to use our scavenger to deal with it again. I don't like how we're sort of just inviting Daymar over into our territory, but it'll be fine. I mean, that is what I wanted to do, but not really having, I don't know, not having the cards, not having everything, I feel like it's going our way here. Or just like, I don't feel like I've set things up right. Or that maybe if I wanted to do this strategy, I should have been even more passive. So Biter goes over here, and then Scavenger goes over here. We don't even really need the Biter. Should I try to stay out of Daymar's line of sight? I don't think so. I don't think I can. I think I like the Biter killing the Devout Cultist. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna think of a play that I'm more satisfied with. Unless, could we do some interesting stuff with carrying? I don't think so. And I was gonna put a gate there. It just feels kind of bad to put a gate there. I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm thinking eventually we're gonna be able to thrust with this gate, and then we'll open up a wealth of opportunities. But we could also put a gate like there. It affects the game a lot. What ends up happening here? We could also put a gate like here. That's kind of janky now, but once we have a thrust to the side or something, That could be a lot better. I kind of like the gate there. That's like a pretty weird and spicy take. But like, hypothetically, that could be good to get things in here. I don't know. I think having a gate over here to get in the action over here will end up helping us out. So let's go with that. Alright. Not punished by anything. Getting another reclaim. And we could have done another gate too, but I'm feeling like I probably don't need it. Have a ton of magic. Oh my goodness. And let's take a pulse on this. Player 2 discarded a card. We've discarded 6. Vexer has discarded 1. I think that I think that tells you something. I think Vexer does not feel like the discards are necessary. Now we have some good reclaiming tactics with the scavengers. But Vexer is playing this very patiently, getting use out of every single unit. Finally got the turret. Prask isn't getting a whole lot of use out of Thrust right now. Casamara needs to die, but now this gate here, we're not going to be able to shoot it with Krusk, and we couldn't like put a turret on Krusk and do something. So, how about that? I feel like this gate, because we've just limited the mobility of our 10 health gate here, and like what lanes we can shoot down. I don't know. It could be fine. But like, we don't have a great response to Casamara there. What 2 cards did they retrieve? 2 Devout Cultists. Interesting. And this is scary. um, Mortar could punish this better. We don't have the burst that we are looking for in Casamara. Feeling like we're in a bad spot right now. And not sure if I've wrapped my head around this matchup well enough to say why. It just feels like there's a few little things. Like, felt like I wanted this gate to just be able to reinforce this area more, but now it's getting in my way. And feels like we have the positional advantage, so we're able to just snipe at him like nobody's business, but we haven't gotten any crazy sand goblins value. Like we all come to love and expect with the 10 health gate thrusting around using a turret every turn. But now is where the real game starts. Now that Vexer is committed to being over here. That gate is pretty rough. We let him get it. I wonder if I don't know if Sand Goblins like you even want to like be a bit more aggressive than I did, because it was like at the very start of the game when I just had that rider and I was like, but I don't want to advance to like reinforce this. But you don't want to just have a 5 health unit sitting unreinforced, because it's just like, okay, well you just handing it to them. That's a bucket full of value. Need Rust Riders. Anything else is pretty easy food for Casamara, feels like. Yeah, no, at this point we need to pivot to something that can kill Casamara, and our gate here is not helping us. And all of our units are chip damage, so killing Casamara in a single turn does not feel like it's in the cards at all. A biter plus a Rentrant plus a detonate or something, like maybe. Maybe. Wrench Biter does 2 damage, plus 3 for the turret, plus 4 for the wrench rat. Yeah, it's just not happening. Feeling pretty stun locked. What if we pivot to like the other side of the map or something? Um, and we stay away from Casamara and we just go over here. That would be pretty weird. But like we could have just a rider and a rat shoot, or the rat go over there and shoot. Feels like we need to kill Casamara, but that's just not happening. What about bite? What if we put Krusk in front of Casamara? What if that's our best defense here? Make things kind of weird for her. I kind of like that, and by like that I mean I like it better than any of the other trash plays that I have right now. Um, okay, let's do that. uh, like I like making Casamara work for it, I guess is just the biggest W here. Um, she's gonna have transfuse maybe, but feels like I don't this this feels better than anything else I'm seeing right now. So let's go for it. If we gotten super lucky, there was a possibility of a kill there. If we hit literally every single one of our 7 dice, 2 of them only hitting on specials. But now we can at least hope to kill Casamara the turn afterwards. I could have just kept this over here and equipped. I feel like now I want to keep Daemar at arm's length, though. God Uncle Sparks. It's going to be some of the meat of this deck. We're going to be holding on to these 2 detonates for a lot of time. um, so far, Vexer's done very well and just managed to make this feel very awkward for me. We're able to swing this back around. That will be very interesting. If Crust takes a big hit here from Casamara, but like he's not gonna hit Crust because he's gonna kill that rider, you know? Like I'm, I'm really feeling like it's a time where I'm feeling very good about getting Crust in there. What's the rest of our deck looking like? A lot of stuff. Got like 7 less cards than he does, probably because we've discarded that much more. 1 more scavenger. It's gonna be very important to hold on to that. Gonna have Silts. Yeah. 5 dice to Krusk. Could be. Could be. But then Casamara's dead next turn and only got 1 blood thrall. So, and against Crimson Order, I feel like I can continue to get value out of Krusk while keeping him alive at 5 health. Okay. So, I'm feeling alright about that. Yeah, the thing. So I'd be curious to talk about the Rust Riders more. And I'll definitely ask for Vexer's thoughts on that. But like, they feel like this matchup. I want to use the rats and the biters because like feels like anything with a lot of health is just getting screwed by Daymar or by the Royal Warriors. Like, and even Sparks without a thruster feels very vulnerable to Royal Warriors. But he's in a lot more comfortable spot econ wise right now. But I don't know if we can take out Casamara, get some. It's just two hits from Royal Warrior and Sparks is dead. So I don't know if that game plan is as strong as I've been thinking it is either. I don't know. Um, I remember Terrace was praising early damage on Daymar, which is interesting. It's not what we've gone for at all here. But if he doesn't defend himself, maybe this biter comes in. So the biter just feels like nom nom snack for Daymar more than anything. Um, Interesting. Daymar is doing what I was considering of just like, nope, I'm over here now. Um, I think that's to get out of range of the biter, I suppose, and not like wall himself into a corner because he knows that can be dangerous with sand goblins. That's what I'm guessing, going through his mind with that. See if he's able to take out this rider here. Or if he goes for Krusk. You gonna use it? Silly man? Miss. Damn. And he goes for Krusk. Alright. We've made it too juicy for him. Didn't even see with the devout cultist first. Even if that had gone 2 for 2, he's thinking, nope, we're hitting Krusk. Ooh, and maybe part of that's because of transfuse. Yeah. Um. Okay. Hopefully, we should still have enough guts to deal with Casamara here. Things are looking hairier and hairier, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Um. I want Sparks to start existing. Unfortunately, what would we do? Like reclaim a mortar on Daymar, kill that devout. Um, yeah, he must not have had the death right, Grata. Yeah, and all of our cards are very good. No chance we're just like using top wrench naturally. I think we just play Sparks and shoot at the warrior for now. Comfortable with that? It sucks if we fail to kill Casamara, but such is life, I guess. Um, I can also just throw a biter at this warrior and kind of delay the game for a bit. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. By the way, it feels like this biter is now food for somebody. So unless I like fully reinforce this board, so I could put another biter there, and then attack the warrior. Um, that's first transfuse. No, they're both gone. Okay, that's huge. Haven't seen any converts yet. Yeah, he's just got so many more tools up his sleeve than I do at this point. Just how do I use sparks effectively right now? Do we want to just invite him in? And just do sparks against this warrior? And not waste the biter for now? Then sparks might get hit by Daemar. Alright, sure, let's do it. Sparks on the warrior. This biter is gonna die to that warrior. It's fine. I mean, it feels like I kind of want to cycle this hand to like draw thruster and some of my other stuffs. Um, so I kind of like the play where the biter comes in better, but it's just letting them. I don't know. I kind of want to just like say, "Hey, come over here," and then next turn I scavenge them and whatnot. So let's go with that. And hopefully we kill Casamara. It is a little bit tight. I'm now seeing this. There's some chance that we just don't. Fairly committed to this at this point though. Do I want to get a scavenger in there? Nah. Easy. So easy. Alright. Yeah, this is really tight. So I feel like it's like a 50-50 something something. Okay, please. Oh, thank goodness. All right. Like I feel like it may like maybe a bit better than a 50-50, but like well, if it's this if one of those rolls goes wrong, deviates from the average, suddenly we're feeling very bad about ourselves. Um Hold this hand. Ugh. Cross could take some more damage. Sparks is probably gonna take big damage, but I'm just hoping. I mean, it's not a bad turn for Royal Warrior, because I'm probably not gonna be able to deal with both of them, and he just surrounds me, and I can't do anything. This is a matchup. I feel like I'd want to see the play the other side of this matchup as well, because that might give an impression for how much it feels like Sand Goblins normally smokes Crimson Order. Yep, taking the hit on Krusk. Maybe we didn't want to give him the spot there. Not sure. All right, I like Daemar hitting Sparks because feels like a very extended Daemar, and I like that. Going next to the priest, so when he takes a damage from the warrior, he goes up to 4. No, but he's not going to damage himself in this warrior, so I'm not sure. Ah, the gate. Interesting. Let's get a hot 1-on-3 on that warrior. Ooh. Looking for damage on Krusk right now. And he's gonna get it too. Hopefully we only take like 3 damage this turn. Could be 4 though. That'd be brutal. And this game feels like all but over at this point. My tools are only just arriving, and we've not been adaptable enough to. All right, so either 2 or 3 damage. Maybe there's mercy. Only 2 damage. That's super huge. Just like makes me a little bit less terrified than I would have been otherwise. Um, Now let's get out of here. Gotta pull the mortar from the discard. Interesting thought. Yeah, the best spot to mortar would be like here or something. The thing is just like, mortar. Like, I don't want to lose any of these, you know? So I think Crust gets out of here. And then look, I need like I need the thruster to make all this work. Pulling the mortar from the discard could be nice. Just could be nice even like here. And then our scavenger can kill it or something. I wish I had a thruster on this gate to like just protect Crust, just to like do some weird, or to protect Uncle Sparks. Like Sparks hits here, gate goes in front. Um, Damage comments aren't as big of a deal now. That's true. That's true because both transfuses are gone. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go for that play because we don't want to lose stuff, but it's just kind of gross. Not loving the situation. I think we just get a biter in there. I'm not sure what to do about this. Like, I hate everything about this currently, but I don't know if there's much we can do. Don't want to let Sparks be attacked twice, but what am I gonna do? I guess we just put a rat in front of this. Um, oh, we can carry there. Oh, interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Could do that to put the rider over there. Oh, and we are gonna have one more move. We could put Sparks up here. Put the um so the Doom Cultist. Make sure we're out of range of that Doom Cultist. Um Another convert does get damage on me. I hadn't thought about that. Well, yeah, and that's what we have to be afraid of. And there's going to be 2 of those, man. Game is not feeling great. That's okay. We can thrust to the side with Krusk if we really want to avoid the damage through the convert. At least we're getting some magic out of it. Think about what we're playing for the rest of this game. Yeah, Mortar would feel so good over there. If we get thrust in right now in Mortar, this turn would be like good. Could put the capital G good on this. Yeah, so we're playing Sparks again. We're playing Silts. Playing Sparks 3 times this game. I don't know what our plan is. He's not even that good. Okay, it's unfortunate, but I think we're scared enough that we will thrust to the side. And that will be that. Like, there's still a lot of resources to go through here. So we might be able to give him a run for his money. No mortar ever kind of sucks. Could kill Sparks this turn. Oh wait, no. There's not enough magic to do another one. Man, I just need the turret and that thruster on the 10 health gate, and then we'll have a game. But we put it on Krusk and then proceeded to not use Krusk very much, which I imagine Vexer was thinking about as well, how to just stop me from getting that usage. If we had the turret and the thruster on the gate, we could be doing that. We could be like getting through our detonates. At the very least, like forcing him to use World Warrior attacks on the big gate, so then we detonate it, but it's not turning out. Got our last two scavengers. I almost feel like we want to hold. um, and get our money's worth, because I really feel like we're gonna have like 15 extra magic at the end of this game. Um, I feel like I want each of those scavengers to be reclaiming an Uncle Sparks to have a shot at Econ. Am I doing that math wrong? Like, I'm just sort of just looking at the board and how many cards I haven't seen. I'm just like, man, this could be so many more. Like, we're just gonna get so much more magic. We're gonna get at least 10 more magic, if like probably more than that. Like, and that feels like enough for two more sparks and a silt. I want to make Damar suffer for being on my side of the board. But I can't too much without the mortar, fortunately. But I suppose my playstyle of Sand Goblins is defined very much by the fact that we have not used any effect this game that would discard a top card of our deck. That we just like to sit and chill. And discard all of our cards. um, yeah, just getting all the sparks value. I don't know. Feel like I mean, like maybe we put upgrades on Sparks and then detonate him or something. I'm definitely not opposed to using a detonate on Sparks at this point. If he's at like 2 or 3 health. What makes me feel like we still like we're still in this game is that we still have a lot of resources. We still have we still have a lot of the tools. I don't know. Like there's just like sand goblins just have this whole backlog of things at their disposal. Both detonates, a thruster and a turret for the 10 health gate. So the 10 health gate's gonna go through like two more cycles, two scavengers, which I'm gonna want to use to like great effect. But so we still have the tools, but we're like our back feels a little bit up against a wall, so we might not be able to use them effectively. Yeah, if and it feels like this game should have gotten mortar value too, but it's just not been happening. I feel like we needed to be more aggressive or something. I don't know. I mean, it's good to just like have a game and be like, "Ah, something went wrong, but I don't know quite what." Like, and mull it over in sadness. Giving them some free magic. Still got another convert. Have they used a death right yet? Nope. Um, and they used one call forth, right? Yep. In the attack phase. I'm glad Casamara was at least shut down in 2 turns, though we did end up having to rely on some pretty luck based stuff. We had to roll. We at least had to hit the perfect expected result of the roll to get it. Anything worse would have been catastrophic. I think like Sparks will hide. I want to. This feels like a great turn for a scavenger, and yet like we're running out of just stuff we have to put in their way, um, because like if I want to scavenger Uncle Sparks 2 more times, like that's not gonna happen if I don't. If like I don't know enough units on the board to like even continue fighting without the scavenger. And only one more rat. Hopefully we can make the rats go kind of a long way with the detonates. And I don't know, just play this game out to the bitter end. See if we can go through all of Damar's resources. Use Blood Begotten. What if he's keeping track of how many like biters I've built at this point? I wonder if he knows I don't have a biter. I feel like if he's been doing the math, he would actually at this point. Interesting. I like it. It's a lot of dice there. Do I want to detonate sparks? A little bit tempting. Is a little bit tempting. Um, Probably just throw this biter at a wall. Just build a rider over here and then attack. That's all right. And then we'll scavenger something next turn to get the biter back. Yeah, seems good enough. I don't see any way to get Krusk value right now. I mean, all we would have to do is go here and then have a unit here. If we have a unit here, then Krusk can get rid of this priest for us. And there's not too much, but all they have to do is just kill this rider and then, you know, just get rid of this. And maybe I can't like kill that rider or something. I guess I would rather go after the priest than the devout. So I guess we do that. Summon devout cultist. Interesting. They've summoned 5. Summoned sacral priest. Because I'm just wondering, like, if Krusk went here, attacked, and then retreated, how much can we be punished? But it's just yeah, don't quite have it, but that's okay. Like they still have sacral priest that can punish us. They still have 1 more devout cultist, and of course they can reclaim more. So yeah, let's keep going. Nice to get the kill. And easy. Easy. I don't know, we're just trying to take this game to the bitter end here. Looks alright. I wonder if they go after this 10 health gate ever. No, they don't have the magic for it. I mean, this warrior plus another warrior plus a death right could kill it, but Doom cultist in my face is annoying. Gonna force me to go somewhere else. Finally got silts. Okay, this is where like the game actually starts. Can we use silts? Can we put a scavenger here? Silts to keep the scavenger safe. I know silts gets her ass beat. Summoned royal warrior. Got 1 more royal warrior. And of course 1 more call forth to get more if they want. Gotta use the fuck out of silts. Gotta get so much value out of silts. And Vexer's, well, so if this was a 45-minute clock, he'd be at 12 minutes right now. We got more time than him. Managed to get a bit more time over the course of the game, which is nice. Baiting the best line here. Yeah, we want to take a second to make sure like we're thinking of the best silts play here, but I mean keeping the scavenger alive seems pretty insane. So I feel like it's gonna be hard not to do that. Guessing they'll drop a boy here. We could double scavenger next turn, but I don't think I want to. I want to reclaim sparks, though. Are we gonna have the magic, especially after we do silts? To like, is it really gonna, or like, there's gonna be enough magic that he's gonna give us eventually to play sparks 2 more times, but I don't know if we're gonna have the tempo for it. Like, we might just be stuck at like 3 magic and then run out of units to actually kill things with. Our 10 health gate has not been in the fight. We've been just like slowly holding it, Beans, and we ended up putting our upgrades on Krusk, and now we're just waiting to have upgrades for our 10 health gate to make it exist, and then we'll start detonating it. How about Sparks, who just died? I want to reclaim him with scavengers. So I have value for the end game. Faithful servants, very nice. Okay, is there a world? So I'm thinking about a Silts play over there, though it does just like get us killed. Maybe we play both scavengers and we reclaim Krusk and a rider, or Sparks and a rider, and then that's just hand. Because it'd be nice to protect Silts on more sides than just one, because he's gonna have another warrior, so Silts can really go down in a turn here. Silts over here would be nice too. I'm valuing a lot being able to like protect a scavenger. Though we just need another unit. We need to be able to thrust this gate upwards. It's such a mess right now. Krusk actually can deal with this by himself. So let's do that. If we can actually get use out of this thing we put so much magic into, let's do it. And do we want Silts or anything? I mean, we could just drop Scavenger, Rider, and just that's that. Nothing wrong with that. Is there any way to do the keep the Scavenger alive play here? We can thrust Krusk here. Or no, not really, because we gotta save the thrust. If we could hypothetically have like a Scavenger and Silts, we could then attack and then protect it. But I'm not seeing a great Scavenger Silts play. Maybe we'll save that for the next one. And for now, at least try to deny Daymar some value. Sucks because our next hand's gonna kind of suck too, but yeah, we'll be at 7 magic. Maybe we play Sparks again. We really need to draw these freaking upgrades. Oh my goodness. Which makes me just like wanna get Silts in there now. But we'll stay committed to this line for now at least. And maybe we'll just drop Silts without a Scavenger. And call it fine. We're just gonna have so much magic that I've been wanting to save these scavengers for reclaiming Uncle Sparks. Unfortunately, like the rest of the game, like that's our econ plan. The rest of the game hasn't really shaped up too well though. And that's that. And then we draw Uncle Sparks. And now we're back to where we were like 5 turns ago. But I don't know, maybe Sparks shoots down for a little while and then we reclaim him again and then we play Silts. I mean, as long as we keep getting magic, but we have sacrificed a Scavenger now. Yeah, I think we just played too passively or something this game. It just, I don't know. Somehow all of the nice tools that we got have just sat in the back pocket this entire game. And now we have all of them in our last few cards here. Oh my god, we need to draw that thruster and that turret so bad. Can we? Okay, no. Sparks can just top wrench to get them now. Okay, let's totally do that. Sparks can top because all of these can be reclaimed by top wrench, and I don't care about the gate. Um, Spent all your early upgrades on Krusk. I know. I mean, it seemed really good, but then it ended up not being good. Skill issue. Yeah, I like playing Sparks, and I like top wrenching in this situation. We'll just put a Sparks in front of a Royal Warrior, die to 3 attacks again. Potato, potato. Um, you guys believe we got new decks on Monday? That'd be wild. We did discard Mortar. That was a skill issue. That was a sunk cost fallacy if I forgot to play it turn one and I was like, fuck it, it was part of the plan. Don't even worry. We're discarding it. Because we'll draw another one. And then the other one's like bottom five, which is deserved. But yeah, I don't mind trying to go mortarless for once. I mean, it feels like mortar is good to at least like threaten it. But I don't know. No, I don't know. Yeah, we just don't have enough units now. Like even if we have potential longevity with econ, we just need like actual plays to get in there. He's being careful not to let Crust get any value over there. This gate, I still hate that we did that. So maybe we'll end up having to do a silts thing. I don't know. I want to play Sparks again and play Top Wrench. You know, I got out of that. I mean, the only cards we've discarded um, have been like Clink, which I just sort of Clink, and then like all of our riders, and then like Gates, and that's it. Everything else we've played, and Mortar. um, but but yeah, I it's a weird sort of patience, I admit. Move this cultist up a step. Seems great. We could just scavenger for a rider and call it Quitsos. Yeah, Burning Hot and Spark's ability. Yeah, I the discard mechanics. I'm afraid of them. Like I don't want to lose any of my good cards, and or like if I don't need to, I won't do it. Like Burning Hot. If it's a good, I don't know. Yeah, I'm very conservative with it. If the extra attack and the extra move are both good, then I'll go for it. And you're not screwed if you do it. If you do Burn Hot, you can or if you lose in a good upgrade, you can get it back with Krusk or with Uncle Sparks. You lose Silt, that sucks. It's probably the worst card to lose. Wow. Oh, okay. No, there was the ranged attack on that too. I was like, that's greedy. Uh, if our rider survived this Blood Begon, that'd be great. We just don't have enough units right now. We're struggling. Because, like, Uncle Sparks versus the world is just a bad strategy right now. That's huge. Um, because now we can just delay another turn. We can be stupid. We can continue to be dumb and do stupid things. Okay, so what if Sparks gets a thruster? And then we can like actually play this game. Then would we thrust this upwards? Probably. Might just thrust it to the side in front of Sparks, so Sparks doesn't get attacked. Yeah. Now we gotta be careful the gate doesn't get one shot as well, because there could be 10 dice coming at it from a warrior. Or I mean, well, actually, could really get one shot if we put it to this way, because there could be all 3 attacks on it, which would suck. Okay, they've summoned all 4 warriors at this point. They've summoned all of the cultists they have. Let's just see all of these. Okay, they got 1 more priest and 3 more doom cultists. I don't know. Maybe we can, and then the call forth. But other than that, like if we take out this warrior, they got to call forth for any other warriors that they want. They've got to be called forth. So if we kill this warrior, move this to the side, and they have Deathrite, they can still summon another warrior with call forth and anything else, and that will probably kill the gate, which is bad. So we probably want to send it up there. But I really like that we're approaching our last few cards. Now, if we were smart and we just like actually kill this warrior, so then they're out of warriors, that could be good too. I don't know. But I like getting Sparks down, maximizing value. We're gonna go down to, we're gonna have 3 magic at the end of the turn, and then hope to slowly build that up. What the wrench rats will get. Hopefully Sparks lives another turn. I mean, and fuck it, like if they really want to go big on that gate, they're not gonna go big on that gate because it'll do 2 damage to everything that attacks it, and like I don't care. Like at that point, maybe I do care. Okay, yeah, but so a lot of thinking later, and this is our play. And we top wrench. Am I for real right now? I am so for real right now. We could scavenger too. Eh. Got the thruster. Let's go. Okay. We have a game. We can now begin to execute the strategy that I've been trying to execute this entire game. Let us freaking go. See what roll we get here. 3 for 3. It really makes me want to thrust to the side. It really does. Because, like, if you go for it, it's doing 2 damage to everything you know and love. And is it bad that I lose? I mean, I lose the thruster. I lose so much. I feel like I still might lose the game if I thrust to the side and then they take out the 10 health gate. But like I don't know if they go for that. It's risky on their part. It'll kill like all of their units that attack it. Um mm, I don't know. Spicy if we do, spicy if we don't sort of situation right now. I feel like I'm just gonna thrust it upwards. And then I mean they can still take it out from there, but they probably won't. I mean, we still could. But that's a bit weirder to do. Um let's just toss it upwards. We got like 10 more minutes on our clock. They got 4. um And yeah, we'll hope to just take this game all the way downtown. This strat ends up working for me, that'll be a miracle. Here we draw the rat, alright. And hopefully if Uncle Sparks lives long enough, we can turn the mortar and the gate both into rats. That's the plan. See if Vexer goes for this gate or anything interesting. Oh, he still got another convert too. Can't forget about that, right? Yeah, that can be lethal. But I mean, juice wise, he is out of it. Doom cultist, summoned. Okay, wait. Doom cultist summoned. Oh, I haven't been checking how many devout have gone back to the hand. Devout. Okay. Devout cultist was destroyed. All misses, hit. Okay, so they have they actually have 8 devout cultists, and they just summoned it. Wait, they have another one too? No, okay, no, they just moved it. Getting in there, going ham, going on sparks. Yeah, so I'm honestly hoping at this point that Sparks would discard something other than the turret just to get another rat in my life. I need more rats in my life. Can we set this up so that like we can ever use Krusk again? Maybe this, and then this. No. This, and then this, and then this. No. Death right. Alright, that's a second death right coming down. Are we gonna kill this? Maybe this? Alright, they got another devout. And they got one more doom. A lot of damage on sparks, eh? And he's down. Skill issue. Silk tissue. Righty. What if Krusk attacked this, and then a gate got shoved in front of us? We can have a scavenger kill that. Alright, Krusk going down in a turn like that, we were not expecting, and that is rough. That is very rough. We can start to use Krusk if we wanted to, but dangerous. Might have sent. He's got another Call Forth and a Sekhmet if he wants to. I can only assume he discarded Vesnabrana because let's be real here. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, even if we go here, if we're only defended by a scavenger, they can totally kill us. Well, yeah, no. So using sparks seems like a fool's errand here. It does not feel good. I mean, what about sparks or Krusk? Sorry, Krusk to here. We can even do some carrying action. If there's just anywhere we could go that they couldn't then attack us. If we were just here and we kill this and then scooch to the side, just anywhere. Anywhere we can go. If we do a wrench rat here, Krusk to here, Um, scooch back to here. Still shoot us. Not if Krusk. I mean, and we can also just accept exposing Krusk, especially if it's like. No, but we can't expose him to an open gate spot, is the thing, because Call Forth exists. Ugh. Sticky situations. But even like where we are right here isn't safe at all. Sticky situations. I mean, I can put Krusk here and go back here and just accept the dice to the face from the priest. I don't know, that like kind of feels like the best option here to just get all of our attacks. So we have a rat here, we have a scavenger here, we have Krusk here, and we just accept the punishment from the priest. Priest can shoot 2 damage at us. Not much else can damage us from there, because we can move back there. And if they do a bunch of damage to us, it opens us up to some sort of lethal, but think, I mean, we gotta use our cards here. Yeah. Oh, I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't love it. And I'm worried we're gonna die to something I'm not thinking about. Never. Oh, could die to 1 attack, 2 attack. Could die to convert maybe, but all right. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I mean, and we could even equip the rat on the gate if we wanted to. But let's see attacks. Please die. Oh my god, it's at 1-2, so you could get extra damage on me. Please die. Thank goodness. Okay, that's huge. Get the rat on the devout. That's huge as well. Okay, wait, and what was the roll here? Don't was destroyed, but I'm pretty sure they still have 1 devout in hand. Alright. And for Uncle Sparks, number 3. You know him. You love him. It's your boy over here. And then so thrusting over here. I'm worried about convert. So I kind of almost want to equip this rat. But if they don't have convert, I'll feel very stupid, but I feel like we're probably punished here. I mean, if they have convert, if they have convert, they have to use both instances to get it. But like, then don't I just kind of lose the game? All right, I think I'm gonna go for it, and we're running out of time, so just gonna equip. Hopefully we're not dead to something I didn't think about, but hopefully we're fine. Still don't have the turret for the 10 health gate. Ah! Going nutso over here. I'm just saying, 40 seconds and we win the moral victory. I haven't been messaging him to hurry up or anything. I will just take that moral victory into our back pocket with drained all 45 minutes. I do I like not worrying about the game actually ending if we miss it, but I do feel like both of us have been playing a bit faster, knowing that the punishment for or have been playing a bit slower, like knowing that there isn't if we like it'd be super anticlimactic if the game actually ended to a timeout. So like once you get to 10 minutes on the clock, like you really start to panic. And I kind of like that. I don't know. Maybe we bring it back. It was Vexer's idea to get rid of the clock, and I support it. I very much support it, but I don't want it to cause the games to drag as well. Uh, no turret. No turret. We got Sparks though. I mean, we can play Sparks for time number 3, but if he dies before killing 5 units, we don't get to get Silts out. So that just might be the way of the world. Um, and I feel like I don't know. Somehow we've been hanging on this far, but it's looking really rough. But if we get Sparks out, we can like get a turret this turn, or we um can get another wrench rat. The Sparks comes with a host of benefits. And there's a nice play here where like no, not quite. Well, Krusk attacks the Krusk attacks and kills the priest, and then we just make it so that nothing can respond. I don't know if it's possible. Miss, 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 miss. Okay, we'll take that. We are in a tough spot here. I mean, if we can find a way to keep getting value out of Krusk, that's great. But yeah, so if we attack here, and kill the priest and then back up, it still ain't great because they can just respond with another unit. Though hypothetically we're chilling. Alright, if I sparks and I get the turret, I'm not actually using it really, which kind of blows. Okay, what about? I feel like there's so close to some way. If Crust goes here, we can then thrust backwards. Yeah, this is just a very tough position to like use Krusk in. Much better here where we just send it back there. Can we use the other gate somehow? Oh, we totally could. We could just put a gate there in their face. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant. Because then we put that gate there. We have Sparks here. And then we hit the warrior. Sparks goes back, and then we just slowly eat away at this warrior. Did they play Call Forth last turn? I wasn't watching. So they got another warrior in hand. The gate is genius. The gate is genius. Okay, but like, do we want to position things any differently? No, I like it here. Let me just go back. Yeah, I mean, I don't like playing Sparks 'cause I don't actually have faith we're going to be able to get all of the magic to get the Silts. But hey, maybe. um, I mean, we discard Mortar, we discard a Detonate if we need to. Hopefully it doesn't go down in a single turn. I can see it. Is there any better? No, we have to block this gate spot as well. That's just mandatory. Unless we put Sparks here, but that's bad. Well, is there anything else where like we put Sparks here, Krusk here, go back here, and then no, not quite. This is so funny. Vexer's gonna love it. He's gonna love what hits him. Okay, Sparks can be attacked on two sides here, which feels a little bit bad. Um, can be attacked up there as well, and there's another warrior, so he could. Yeah, he's gonna take a beating. Hmm. Is there any way to prevent that? Prevent it so we can only so we're only attacked on one side here. Um, I mean, we could just put Sparks here and count our losses, but then he can be attacked on three sides. Um, I mean, so what we could also do is put Sparks here and do like th this gate to here, this gate to here, um, and then we can be shot by something. But I think they've got another devout. They've got another. So Krusk will get shot by a devout cultist. But maybe we're okay with that. Just because it means Sparks gets to live for longer. Um, I really like walling off these units. What if we just played Silts and just like tried to kill this warrior? That would be good too. I feel like we're just gonna lose because they're just gonna kill Sparks here. Um, what a game! So many turns. Yeah, I feel like if there's two Royal Warrior attacks on Sparks, we're gonna lose. So now that makes me want to do gate and gate, and just accept the hit. Though a gate here is really funny because it just like there's just now we can just like do what we want with all of these units here for a while, and that's really nice. Um, and I really don't like exposing Russ to the extra 2 damage. Very tough turn. I mean, maybe the Warriors miss big. Daymar's at 6. He's got to be worried about that. But then we kill one warrior after that. This turn we get one magic. We get a second magic from like discarding mortar, maybe. There's just no way we get to 5 for Silts. Um, so fuck it. Let's go here. Let's go here. And let's go here. I just hate not. Oh, what if? Wait. What if we do this? I mean, then Sparks still gets attacked on 2 sides. But pretty exposed? I mean, I'd rather Sparks attacked on 2 sides than we just die. That's alright. Yeah. I mean, if they get a successful convert, we just lose, but hopefully they don't. And then we top wrench. We're also hoping for a lucky roll here, by the way. This whole thing relies on it. Okay, I think this is fine. I mean, is this better than forcing it a warrior to come down this row as well? I mean, forcing the warrior to come down that row is kind of nice when I think about it. Um, like that's kind of difficult for them. Though I don't really know if Sparks could capitalize on it. Um, I do like a gate there, just shutting down that pressure. But then we'd have to have Sparks here, and then this unit gets here, and then can Krusk deal with this on his own? Probably not. But maybe he could deal with the warrior over here on his own, while Sparks shoots that for a second. Okay, screw it. Let's do the other way. I'm really not sure which one's better here, but we'll take this one. We'll take this one. At least, and Sparks doesn't get attacked. Crust doesn't get attacked. All right, and he's got to be afraid for Daymar at least a little bit here. Oh wait, no, I want a top wrench. Yep, got the turret finally. Is there a world where we put it on Sparks? Is there a world where we put it on Sparks and then we detonate Sparks and then reclaim Sparks, and then put it on the turret after that? Um, I don't want to have to detonate Sparks next turn, though. So but I mean, the extra 2 damage could be huge on that guy. Is the only thing. But yeah, I feel like it's okay. Wow, that was like 5+ minute turn. Let's go, and then let's see if we even kill the Sacral Priest. We do. We do kill the Sacral Priest. All right, get out of the way here, and yep. I think we still lose, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, and we draw the card. So we can't top wrench it. Annoying, but we can discard the mortar at least. And yeah. Yeah. I would have Silt instead of Sparks, cunning into detonate. He can't kill Silt since max 6 damage. Where is Silt's attacking for you there? On Daymar? Swapping with Warrior. Silts goes here into Gate Detonate. I feel like it's too hard for me to think through what you're thinking, because what's your plan to keep Krusk alive this turn? You put Gate over here. Krusk kills the priest and then goes back a spot, and then you detonate. Gotcha. And so like Krusk can be shot by something coming out of like this gate, and be shot by a devout cultist. But you at least kill the warrior, you're saying? Yeah, I see it. Going for it. Not going for it. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. My play's good also. I'm not so sure about that one, but uh, if we can just get to Silt's Magic, I feel like we got a shot at the game, but and every HP on Krusk is so important. I just don't feel like we're gonna be able to avoid an opening on Krusk somewhere. Convert, coming down. I just feel like we've lost the late game ever so slightly. um, Gate detonate does seem good here. Yeah, I think maybe you got something that I didn't. That is like, if I detonate the gate, I get all these wrench routes back, and then like I can like do something again. um, maybe that's something I failed to think about. Baymire's just gonna keep killing himself over and over again. Like it. Yeah, I wonder if we want to detonate this gate. We do really need to end this game before an hour is up on our timer, though. Alright, I mean, we might be able to kill all these warriors, which would be absolutely huge. Then they'd be out of warriors. Just, like, entirely. Yeah, I don't see how we go for anything else here. Sparks on this warrior, Krusk on this warrior, plus another turret. If we do all that, that's going to put us at 3 magic if we kill both of them. If we miss on that warrior, we lose the game. And we probably will, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, I mean, the backup plan would be to push the gate over and detonate. But then we still die to something. They're out of call forth, though. I mean, if we get it, we're in a very good spot. Now, do we want to consider something else where, like, we just move this over and detonate? How do we keep Krusk safe, though? Because we know they have another Devout Cultist in hand. At least I'm pretty sure. I don't think summoned Devout. I'm pretty sure they have one more. Not going to go back and check for sure, but... So another play would be this. Krusk shoots. Maybe we turret on this Devout Cultist. Then we detonate on this warrior. But now the problem is this gate spot's open. And can shoot Krusk down. Well, I guess Krusk goes here, but then just a Doom Cultist can come that way. Or just the one that's like already summoned. Yeah, I feel like we go ham on the warrior here. And just hope to kill it. And if we don't, we forfeit. What are the odds there? Let's just see it, since this is like the game. Attack 3 hits on bow. Attack 4 hits on special. Gotta be less than 50. 17. Oh my goodness. That's so bad. Oh, do. Oh. Can't go for that, can I? I mean, like, it might be a fuck it moment. And if we miss, we could. The problem is if we miss and we thrust the gate over, now it's gonna kill Sparks, which is kind of bad. Ooh, such a big decision, but I mean, we can also. I just like everything else. Is there any way we don't need to take this risk? Like, Can we just like swap positions and have Krusk deal with this one? Um, yeah, I don't know. Well, it does not feel responsible to leave the game up to such a small chance of winning. um, feels like we gotta detonate. Just detonate on the warrior. And if we detonate on the warrior, um, now they can hit Sparks with Krusk with something. Um, mm, ah. Oh, it's so hard. Like, if only we could like get Sparks to occupy that spot. And what if Sparks went up here or something? I mean, like, I just don't like letting something attack Krusk. Though, like, if we do, I feel like that's just like the big brain play we have to do is like, okay, what cards are left in his hand? Maybe there is no Doom Cultist. Maybe that's what he discarded, right? Um, let's go here, attack it, thrust to the side. Yeah, it's got to be this, right? We go here, we go here, and then we if only if we just do it slightly differently. If we thrust to the side and they don't have a unit in hand, um, no, what wait, what are their last cards? Their last cards are Sekhmet, and they've used the Call Forth. They've played all of their events. It's a devout cultist. Okay. Pretty sure. Could be wrong about that. And then we oh, but we're detonating this. Wait, are we detonating this? Decisions. Is Krusk alive? Is Krusk alive? Oh. And we're about to like run over the time limit too. Want to be done in an hour. Um, I mean, because if we just move to the side and don't kill the warrior and don't use the detonate, but I feel like we gotta use the detonate. But then again, how are they gonna? If we use the detonate, we probably lose, right? If we go to the side, unless they just miss big on us or don't have it. Um, well, let's see it either way. And we don't need to go for it. Like we can just not kill the warrior. We're gonna decide in the moment. We're gonna decide in the moment here. Um, oh, they're gonna get a convert on the warrior too. Okay, let's just mega kill this. If we get like if we had gotten a 3 for 3 range, I mean, like maybe we should have just gone for the 15% chance. Okay, well here's where we need to decide. Do we? We got it right. Otherwise, we just lose. We gotta detonate on it. Well, let's see the roll. It's not like I'm gonna like roll on the gate or something. Oh my goodness. Well, that makes me not want to. I know they're gonna get I know they're gonna get some other stuff, but uh, I mean, we could also thruster Krusk up. No, it's stupid. Um, and thrust to the side. Do we detonate? I mean, we have to, right? Because otherwise they kill this. I mean, no, Krusk could kill it and then kill what's behind it. But whatever comes out of this gate is just gonna kill me. I feel like we gotta detonate, but we're not gonna. What if we discard both detonates and have silts? Is that the 50D brain here right now? And then Silts just wipes the board for us. Fuck it, let's do it. No, that's gotta be wrong, right? Because if we just live a little bit longer, we can like Crust can deal with this and something else. But if that's a Doom cultist, it's just not in the cards. I feel like they're gonna have something ready for us. Shouldn't we just detonate this? But then we're up against 4 dice and we just probably lose, but maybe we don't lose. So much overthinking going on. Discard both detonates is so rough. And yet. I mean, can they occupy all these spots? Not really. And I feel like I'm too scared to do anything. Alright, I'm not sure exactly, and this feels so weird, but let's just go to 5 so we can play Silts. And not getting the detonate value feels so wrong, but... Yep. Getting in there. Alright, Silts is gonna get in there. Get the last few units in. Gonna kill that Doom cultist. We managed to. We had more time than Vexer, and we've eaten it all up. We're basically telling him our hand here. We don't have another detonate. Hoping Stilts is enough. Take the game at this point. I think it's probably not, unless they like miss big over here. Daemar coming in. What a crazy game. Yeah, I need to be. The next time we do this, if we stay with the hour timer thing, I need to not let myself go over it. I've really spent like almost 2 hours on this single game here. Yeah, so they had a devout cultist and what last card? Sekhmet, maybe? Sucks not to have the detonates. I mean, and maybe like if we were facing this board and we had a detonate, it's just like Krusk is dead, right? Like Krusk is dead this next turn. Like there's no way to put Krusk in a safe spot, which is why it's just like, well, maybe we can do something with Silts. I was thinking. Silts can swap to here and then get into that kill that devout cultist. Interesting. A little bit afraid of bringing Daemar out. I like it. I like to see the fear. Yeah, if Daemar was here, right, we could Silts for the win. Probably would go for that too. Especially if he's going to 4 this turn. Which he probably wants to with that warrior. It's really funny, like just like keeping Daemar back so much and just like never letting Daemar get hit and just taking every single one of those buffs on those warriors. Oof, if that had missed, that would have been so huge. And that is, in fact, number 1. Gonna be a Doom cultist. No way it's not, right? Brutal. Okay, we're in this game. If that was 2, I think it was just over. And we are really hoping that that last card is Sekhmet and not a Sacral Priest. Summoned Sacral Priest. It could be. Could be. They've player 1 discarded. Okay, so they've discarded a couple. What did they do at the end of that turn there? Attacked a gate. And we come down. We be coming down the mountain, etc. We're gonna go over here, kill that Devout Cultist, kill this Doom Cultist, kill that Warrior, and pray. Alright. Lock that boy off. Praying is initiated. Let's see this attack. Oh, I'm so sure. I have never been sure of anything more in my life. Alright, let's see. This. That is critical. If it's a Devout Cultist right now and I die to that, I'm so mad. Gunner. Are we gonna lose to the Gunners? Is this the game? Thank goodness. Alright. We're still in there. We're still in there. And this can hit us there. Let's thrust up and to the side. Well, actually, yeah, I was thinking if we thrusted up with Krusk, Krusk, maybe there was a way to avoid the ranged hits. If it is a Sacral Priest, I'm saying it's not a Sacral Priest. That's what we're playing for. I'm so mad if it is. Oh. Oops. Thanks for trying to save me, Cherez. I appreciate it. All of that for to lose to flat stupidity. We could have defended ourselves with just shoving the gate to the side and keeping Krusk where we were. I could have, if I just read chat right before I hit the end turn button. we were so close there. All right, Vexer's gonna hop in chat in a second. I'm mad. I'm mad. Let me get sense for how loud my voice is. Audio right. Do. Testing. All right. God damn it. No. Because if they didn't have I think that last card was Sekhmet. Why am I so dumb? Why am I so stupid? Yeah, so what we needed to do was just thrust this gate over to the side. Or put Krusk over here. I just didn't register. I was like, oh, I'll just cover that gate because I can. Ah. Not the smartest. And such an anticlimactic finish. I'm curious what it would have looked like with everything with the rest. Could Silts have taken down all the rest of these units for the victory? I think we could have, honestly. Like, Sacrifice comes down, we kill the Doom cultist, we kill this devout cultist wherever it is. I feel like hello, hello. Waiting to hear from Vexer. Not hearing anything right now. But your mic not might not be plugged in or something. Ugh. Is so close to take it all the way to the end there. I mean, I'm glad we could. Do Vexer's still fixing something? Ah. This game convinces me even Morris matchup should be heavily SG favored, but curious what Vexer thinks. The fact that I feel like it went so badly for me at the beginning, like I just wasn't getting any interesting things, and then it still ended up close. Yeah. Hello, hello.
Yeah, I think that
Hey.
should be enough.
Yes. I can't. What was your last? Was your last card Sekhmet?
Yeah, it was exactly that guy. So I was not gonna be playing it. So yeah, at the end, man, that
I'm
game
so
is
stupid. Yeah. Go
well,
ahead.
it's a mind-numbing game. Like I was doing similar things. So in the turn in which you had the last scavenger, I already had convert in my hand, and I don't know. I just assumed it was in play. So when I killed the scavenger, I was like, "Wait, I didn't get to
Oh.
convert." And then I see it in my hand. And I was like, "Oh man, that could
Oh
cost me
no.
like." Literally, as you saw at the end, I didn't even had a way to use the last counter.
Which
So I was like, "Oh, that's gonna cost me."
let me see that real quick. What turn was that? I just want to internalize it. Is the last scavenger you said?
Almost the last one. Let's see. Am I seeing your screen? Yeah, I see now your screen. So
Is
yeah,
it?
that turn when that scavenger came out, and then I played the like yeah, just the turn before, exactly that one. So
Yeah.
I already had like 5 cards in hand. Like the convert was one of my last ones, but I just thought that I had played it. Probably what
Yeah.
happened to you at the end. Kind of like the
Yeah.
game is really such an attrition game, also like a mental one.
Oh my
So I was
goodness.
like, oh boy, I didn't play it. Like I wanted to cover the flank of the warrior, and then
Yeah.
like that cultist there, it was just gonna be one extra damage for. So I thought like, yeah, that should be, and then I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
oh boy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that I mean that would have made it like it was. And I sorry about those turns taking so long at the end, but like I would like just keeping Krusk alive those last few turns just broke my brain. To the to the point of losing there. How if I hadn't um if I hadn't brain farted and gotten killed by that doom cultist, how you think it? Well, how do you think this game would turn out?
So
How
let's
would you be
see.
feeling?
In there, if that would have been the case, I would have just been able to attack Silt with the cultist, with a priest, and then I would
Yeah,
have moved Daimar next to the priest to be able to then also use it against Silt. That would have probably been the play that because the devout cultist in the bottom, like he wouldn't really be able to do anything useful. So really, yeah, it depends on the rolls at the end, right? Because in there, Sils could have gone to 4 or 3 life. And then, like, if you sent Sils to try to kill the priest, then Daimar at that point could have start trading with him and like finish him off and getting the last convert. Because I was at 4, I was gonna be hitting you first, even if you kill the priest. Sorry.
yeah,
So I mean, maybe I got the kill there, but even if I didn't get the kill, you didn't have like a one-shot kill, I guess, on Silts, unless Kursk also was moving around there to try to do that. So yeah, maybe it could have been. I guess the devout cultist at that point would have also started like trying to cut the corner on on the gate. Or
Yeah.
maybe I could have just retreated at that point, I guess would have been another option. Because you
Yeah.
were at one life. So I guess in there, if I saw that you would have been able to just do the conning on Damer and then just do the double attack between Krosk and Silts, that would have forced me maybe just to retreat and try to force you to come at me. And like it would have been just that end game state in which you would have had to attack the gate and I attack your gate. And then once you destroy
Yeah.
my gate, I shoot first with my Damer with a priest from the back.
Yeah. 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 That's all the end game shenanigans. I'm noticing like it's also because Krusk feels very powerful in end games like this, but like to kill like even like this Doom cultist here, like to kill that would be kind of tricky for Krusk if I want to send Silts after your priest and um yeah, I'm not
Oh yeah,
not
that's true actually. Yeah, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to use Silts for the priest because yeah, Kursk wouldn't have been able to kill that guy without dying. So yeah,
yeah,
maybe that would have meant that you had to use Silts up there.
yeah,
And that means that then I would have been able to bring the priest. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Because the priest would have been able to attack that position, or maybe the corner position,
yeah,
and Daimar would have attacked Silt. But
something.
at that point, I was
Oh,
also at risk of the double attack with Silt, so it would have been at 5. So yeah, I would have had to be careful with that. So yeah, the game could have gone for a few more turns, and we would have to really think those through. So
a bit couldn't be. This is like almost as long as the time that we did both games. But real quick before like we talk about this matchup in general, just like how how are you feeling about that game and just like what happened there? Like what strategy you employed? Like is this the sort of dynamic you're expecting from these two factions? Or just like what were
Mhm.
surprise moments for you? Yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah. So I hadn't played this specific matchup before,
Yeah,
but it seemed that it was going to be a grind, like a complete attrition match. Because and most matches for like Crimson Order are really that because those guys they don't really have almost any assassination means,
yeah,
only like convert sometimes like for the last damage, but not really much. So they
yeah,
either play the long game in a defensive position or they try to overwhelm you and start like gradually like the way I did a little by little moving forward and just hitting harder and just locking you into a corner.
yeah,
So in this matchup, I felt like CO was not going to be able to win the long game. It was going to be harder to win the long game because as well, I'm just gonna call them SG and CO. Just so SG,
yeah,
it has one of the best mobility games, one of the best like catch me if you can type of games in which they're gonna be hiding, removing targets, and the biggest weakness really for CO is the lack of mobility. Like they have
yeah.
very limited mobility, very predictable. So I thought like, yeah, I don't think the long game is gonna go in my favor. So I needed to find a way of gradually advancing without exposing Daimar to like one of those trick turns in which SG suddenly surrounds you and starts dealing a ton of damage, which is really easy to fall into that, right? So I had to be careful that I didn't expose Daimar from the backs in such a way that you could send the biter to block my retreat. There was only like in that turn, like I had something in front, so even if you sent a biter, I was in a safe spot. I wasn't too concerned because I already had the gate on my hand. So I needed to position myself in such a way that I could get that gate into either my fourth or your fourth row. So I used Casimira there to try to have that
Hmm.
diversion from the perspective that now you had on the same turn Casimira and the gate. So you wouldn't, it would have been hard for you to try to destroy the gate, which is usually what happens. If you're just a little bit reckless and just go and plant a gate, the SG might have a way to just destroy it. So in this case with Casimir, I knew you were gonna have to like do something about her. I mean, I was at least wanted to have her survive one turn. I already had the one that heals her for 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
now
The
transfer or something like
transfuse.
that.
Yeah.
Transfuse, yeah. So, and then after I planted that gate, I got the other gate. So I thought like, okay, I want to keep doing the same thing, like keep moving. while you focus on that side with Casimira. That side was already clogged, and you had a gate there. So I started moving to the other side to be able to plant my other gate closer to that position in such a way that anything that comes out of those would be able to hit any unit you have on that side
Yeah, yeah.
without you being able to hide those. I felt like you had like the way you were drawing events seems like you get a weird draw. Like seems like the detonates were they at the bottom or were you just
Nope,
keeping them
I
for
was
one?
I was holding them the whole time, basically. Or
Okay,
let's
yeah, that's it.
I wonder where I got him. Yeah, I feel like I played a weird game there. And I'm not really happy with it, but I'm not entirely sure how to do it better.
Did you play top wrench with the good old uncle anytime?
I not until like the very end when I was certain I wouldn't discard Silts. I'm very scared of. I was very scared of losing her at the end.
Yeah, it looks like there was a bug there on the like view, so it didn't really. I saw you activating something, but it didn't
Oh,
show it
yeah.
on my like log record, and yeah, so I
Yeah, I
was
think
wondering if you
that's
actually had.
yeah, no, it doesn't. I need to write that. I should email that to Joe. I think that's I've seen that before too. I think it just doesn't display in the log.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, and the uncle just kept coming. I was like, didn't I already kill you two times? And the guy just kept showing up.
Yeah. Well, also I feel like how I was feeling about this game is like I just did not feel good about really really and like I feel like Krusk is at an advantage in this matchup just with how much movement you have over Daymar. But I just did not feel like I was able to use any of my tricks. I ended up I ended up putting my upgrades, my thruster on Krusk, even though and then I just wasn't able to use my 10 health gate, which I was saving my detonate for. I don't know if you would ever consider using detonate on other things in this matchup or and like I put this gate up here the 5 health gate and then you were just able to use it to slowly advance. I don't know, I feel like I wasn't like I did nothing to stop you from advancing. um I'm not yeah I'm not
Yeah.
without talking too generally, like yeah, like what did you see and what yeah what
So
tips would you have for me for there?
yeah, the way I would approach the first thrust is definitely on the 10 gate because as you saw,
Yeah,
it doesn't really have that big of an impact at that initial stage of the game with Krosk. Like he's not going to be super active there yet, and being able to move the 10 gate is really powerful at that stage. And with the gate placement for SG in this case, because SG needs to the safest bet really is to play it conservatively because SG could also just go like crazy aggro and just try to surround you and burn hot and start trying to do all those things, right? But in this
yeah,
matchup, that's probably not a good approach for them because Damar can heal himself. So even if you kind of like get him to 2-3, if you don't finish him off, then he's just gonna like get back into a healthy state, and you overcommitted a crazy amount of resources to try to make that
yeah,
happen,
yeah, for
which they
sure.
can then stop you with the warriors. So the what you were doing was a good initial approach, but that gate placement for this matchup on the third row, I don't think it's good for SG because exactly
Yeah,
what happened, that's what I suspect would. It's the most likely
yeah,
situation, right? In which they're just gonna blow it up. Like there, once you remove the target for them, they're gonna say like, "Okay, I'm just gonna take your gate, thank you." So I
yeah,
would go with the second row in this one, so that the warriors are not able to get and clog your gate or destroy. Well, clog it and destroy it, or just send the cultists to block the gate. So that's where I would go for CO. It's definitely like the first one, at least the third row. But the objective for CO in this one is be able to take a gate into the fourth row of either side. You don't really want to get it too close, like too fast, because it's not going to be protected. Like when you take the gate, you want to be able to have warriors around like the way I was doing it here, in which they're not able to just blow up the gate because there are also warriors that you have to worry about, or some of those positions are you already have a unit there. So once they kill it, then you're able to start summoning from that one. That's how I would handle the gates on this one. As you saw with CO, I wouldn't really discard gates. It's just too valuable having those positions because of how crazy SG is able to just move around and escape with a thrust. So having
Yeah.
as many gates as possible across both sides on that end, like it really gives you a lot of value. Like at the end, you saw how you couldn't really maneuver the thrust of the other gate because there were so many summoning spots that you couldn't really cover them all to keep cross completely safe.
Yeah, for sure. Is there other things you consider doing with these sand goblin gates? Like I noticed, like it to some extent, I had like wished that there wasn't a gate on this right side at all, so I could like just continue to shoot down this row. Or would you consider like gates more on the left side here, or you think that the gate on the right here, or wherever the action is taking place, is good, just a little bit further back? Um,
I would actually go for the left side on this one. So it would be like
Interesting.
A2 for the first gate. And well, the
Oh,
reason
okay.
mainly is that that's kind of like your long side where you need like just be able to get stuff out. And on the other side, because you're gonna play it a little bit defensive, conservative, with Krusk taking that side, maybe like shooting stuff from safe position and then just sliding with Rust, something like those type of plays. You want the space, and also because it's very likely that CO is gonna play their first gate on that upper side, like what would be A3 for them.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, like that one just
like
in
here.
front of the priest. Like it's likely that they can play it there. Like they're gonna go for that side. The only
Yeah.
reason I didn't put it there and put it next to him was that you had already placed it on that spot on the third row. So it was better for me to put it there so that I could still clog your gate with the side summon, and then you couldn't come here and clog my gate and then hit my wire from the side, and then you take the front position, which is very important. That's why I
Yeah.
had to play it there. But traditionally, I think they'll, with the first gate, they might just go with that position, and then they can just send the warrior to clog your front position and start advancing from a safer spot because at that point they only have one flank open, so you won't be able to kill them in one single turn, and then they can start just blowing up that gate. So that's why I would probably go with that approach for the first gate. I don't think SG in this case would need all gates. Like at some point, you might be able to discard maybe one of them, as you're not really gonna be going forward that much. But
Yeah.
you do want like the second gate. I would probably go with the right side to be able to summon stuff from either side. And once they start trying to move forward, that allows you to try to kill those warriors in the same turn when they try to move forward.
Yeah. Gotcha. The only other thing I'm curious about, but before we move on, is using Rust Riders in this matchup, and maybe like the best place to think about it is like this first turn is I struggle with this a lot, like because I feel like Rust Riders I just don't like in this matchup because Royal Warriors just get rid of them so effectively. Though some people in chat were telling me to use them more. This first turn, I really just didn't know what to do because I was like, I don't want to, I don't know what to do with this Rust Rider because I don't really like if I'm moving it up, I want to have units to back it up. So like maybe I should have like gone for a bit more of an aggressive push before retreating because what I ended up doing, it just felt like I just gave you the Rust Rider to kill for free.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with them.
Yeah. In that first turn, I would have gone with the Rust Rider on C4 to attack the cultist. And or even well, maybe if you had the wrench, you could have even retreated with it, like just send it to the back so that it's able to attack the warrior once the warrior comes in. Because if you didn't
Mm,
have the wrench, actually, well, you have the wrench from the start of the game, so
yeah,
maybe even better than that. Like that's not because you're still allowing the warrior to blow it up. And yeah, I agree with you that I don't love the rider so much in this matchup, just because they are exactly what the warrior wants, like something to be able
yeah,
to blow up and take advantage of that. So I would really send it to the right side or to somewhere like out of the way of the range of the warrior, and then just use the wrench to attack the cultist, and then just go into the gate. So that now you're putting the burden of like the action. of that covering that wide space to CO. Like they would have to move forward without really being able to hit anything of value, and then you're able to use your rider to try to finish off that warrior in a single turn.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I had not considered just pulling the rider back. But yeah, you can't punish me too much for that. I like it a
And
lot.
what I would do in this matchup, yeah, like I would deprioritize the riders to meaning like discard them more than usual to be
Yeah.
able to play all the champs. I think because there's going to be just a crazy amount of cultists. Even though in this
Yeah.
one, I barely got two of the rolls to get those guys back, but
Yeah.
usually like there's going to be a few more, and you will have a lot of magic. So in this one, like these guys might be able to get away with playing the three champs. I mean, this game you play three champs, the same one, but usually you would be able to play three
Yeah.
and get much more value. Probably, I get a lot of value. Like I was concerned in many turns about like, oh man, if Clink comes like things like a lot of this aggression that I'm trying to mount and hitting Kursk, like it just starts being sent back. So yeah, other than that, like ranch, it's as good as ever. Like it's always your range unit to allow you to ping and hide.
Yeah.
The biters, I guess the biters, you can get some value out of them. I would just say don't just use them in a way that is not meaningful, that you're just giving them the easy magic because CO is also able to do like a lot of thing in this matchup with that magic, right? Like that just means that you might have to deal with like 7 or 8 warriors if they have a lot of magic to use, or even
Yeah.
Sekhmet in this case, right? Like it's something that I kind of like messed up my count there because I was just like, oh man, I discarded the 3 magic champ and I kept Sekhmet in that like
Yeah.
I was either one or the other because the
Yeah.
3 magic champ in this matchup it might be his worst matchup. Like it's
Yeah. For sure.
even 3 magic might be too much for what he's gonna do. Like it's likely that they're gonna be able to kill him in a single turn. So I
Yeah.
would never prioritize that guy. I would just usually get rid of it and then just try to play as many warriors as you can. Like SG has a hard time bringing units with high health down.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah.
I'm curious. Do you think you would have held Clink in the opening hand? Like I got her.
Yeah, I would have kept him. Like you had that mortar to discard, and then that
Yeah.
rider that at the beginning of the game could have probably discarded just to get your hand going. And the wrench in your hand is the one that you could have played for the bout cultist attack, so that then you play the gate on the left, and then you're left with a single card, right? To try to get things moving. As always with SG, you don't want to keep a lot of cards with SG because you really want to get to your thrust right as soon as possible. Once you get the thrust going, you're able to do so much more with that 10
Yeah.
gate and
Yeah.
those attacks from the back and then covering him. That's the way I think SG wins on this one, right? Like it's really painful, like that warrior coming in and then they attack through one side with whatever, and then Kursk attacks and kills it, and then the gate covers it, right? And then that warrior, even if like it's not even able to hit back if it survives, like that's the way in which SG is able to take this one. And I do think probably that they have the advantage on this game. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
like the numbers are like 55, 60. I would say they have a slight advantage, not massive, because CO has to play in a very particular way and have like those gates and have those gates not being blown up. And uh, I think like CO needs to get luckier than SG. Like the average SG hand and just playing conservative, not too crazy, it's gonna end up having SG on top.
Yeah. For sure. Well, do you want to? We can go over both factions a little bit. We've talked about sand goblins a fair bit and what the what the ideal strategy is. Is there anything you think we haven't covered for them?
Yeah, let's just do some final comments on SG. So,
Yeah.
the usual rules applying here, in which one mortar might be useful, because the board is gonna get really clogged. But the thing is, if you're playing the long game, many times it's not even worth it. Like it's gonna be situational. If you see a situation in which like you're gonna put it on your 10 gate and you know you're gonna get it back, and then you find those like on my end I had to think many times like, oh boy, I don't want to leave myself up in a situation in which he gets like 4 damage out of the mortar, right? Because
Yeah.
there's always a lot of units to deal with. So it can potentially be useful as long as you have it in such a way that then the detonate is going to get it back to your hand to get rid of it by the end of the game, which is the normal way that it is used with SG. Champs, you want to use all of them. The turret and the thrust, you're going to use all of them. You want the thrust as soon as possible. Then the Viter, we talked about him. The wrench, same rules. The rider is a little bit lower priority than usual. Like you might still play like one or two if the situation is good for it, but many times you're just gonna get rid of it. Or if you have like maybe you have so much magic that you're able to play your 3 champs and a few riders. So that's a possibility for sure. Finally, the scavenger is just like the jewel of the deck. That guy is a little bit broken. You want to try to get him out in a situation in which you kill something and then maybe he survives, right? Like either
Yeah.
because you're leaving a single flank in a position in which a warrior won't be able to get to it, so like a cultist will have to shoot it and won't, it's not a sure thing that they kill him, or then you're able to do whatever to protect it afterwards. If you get more than the 4 scavenger activations, it's hard to defeat SG in those situations. Always, also the usual, you don't want to have to get the 3 out of 3. Just as you were doing in this game, try to go for the 2 out of 3 so that you get them every time, because it's just too important to leave out of like in a situation for a 3 out of 3. So whenever possible, try to avoid those.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like yeah, the riders I don't like because of the Royal Warriors and how they chew through them. I feel like I struggle for similar reasons for the champs of like even I ended up my plan was like to play Uncle Sparks 3 times and Silts once just to like be able to like that's what I was gonna do with all the magic you gave me, but you were just very efficient about killing Uncle Sparks every time he came out, even when I would only expose him on one side. If that's being hit by a Royal Warrior, like it's still he can still be dead in like 2 turns after that. Which is part of the like Clink at 6 health. I worry is just like dead in 2 turns to a Royal Warrior. Um, what do you think about that with strategies to just like use
Mhm.
these 3 champs in ways that they don't just get eaten up in a turn or two?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great point with those. And so Sparks, I was trying to like just prioritizing because I was suspecting that you wanted to use your detonate with Sparks just to get
Yeah,
it back to your hand, and so which is a possibility with that guy. But yeah, you're right. Like once they have that like front gate, it's a little bit of a pain getting those champs out, and then the warriors just hit them really hard, and like in 2 attacks, like they can be killing them. That's why the key for this game is really preventing that forward gate for CO, because the ideal way you want to be using these champs is from the back rows, like right, like on the
uh-huh.
back, like first or second row, so that it's hard for them to hit them. Like the ideal situation is when they are attacking from a position in which a warrior cannot reach them. Like if you're doing that, it's really hard to lose this game. And if they are using them on if they have the only the gates on the third row of CO, it's not hard to find those situations. But if they already put gates on your side, I would say for SG, you probably want to like have as that as a high priority of blowing up that gate or blocking all the summoning spots like you did in that turn when I put the frontal gate.
Yeah,
But the thing there was that, well, you had to deal with Casimiro, right? Because
yeah, of
so
course.
you were not able to attack the gate, and then I was able to clear up the units blocking it and just start using it and getting those warriors there that would be attacking any like would-be champion that would come out, right? So at least at that point, if you play them, I had a chance to get rid of them fast so that they don't just take the game away by just giving value and value and value.
Yeah, for sure. And you
Yeah.
think so?
And a
Like
final
maybe
note,
yeah. Go ahead.
go ahead.
But you think
Let's
to stop Crimson Order from getting from getting that gate in, you think it can be justified to like be a bit more aggressive with some like biters and stuff to just like get in the way of Daymar dropping a gate, or just stay back and blow it up whenever it does come down, or just the strategies to get rid of that gate.
The way to do that would be to even though you're going to be playing defensively, you just don't want to allow them to clog your front gate spots because once those are clogged, it's easier for Damer to move forward without like so much of a concern
Yeah,
of like
gotcha.
getting trapped or hit hard. So if you're able to keep that position around and keep the action on that around that third row, the combat in which you're protecting your spots, Damer will have a harder time because there's always the risk of the biter that goes back and then or suddenly the other champ Silts like coming down and like stealing his spot. Well, actually swapping with them and just doing like the assassination turn. So for SG, you want to be in a position not in a completely like defensive cal like as a like the breakers type of thing, but in a one in which you're ready for the counter attack, so that Daimar is not able to just move forward
Yeah, yeah, makes
without
sense.
like the risk of you killing him or getting some good shots at him. Because every time you get a, well, not really like it's not always a priority hitting him. If you're able to keep your side clean, that would be the priority, I would say, because many times it's insignificant, like attacking him with a wrench and then hitting him for one, and then he just heals the next turn, right? So the priority is really the warriors, like keeping them far away so that they have to keep summoning from the third row and moving
Yeah,
forward without having targets. Like that's the ideal position, or having bad targets. Like if the warrior has to come to your side to hit a like a biter, you don't care about that, or to hit something that is not like a champ or a rider.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense. And sorry, did you have one last thing to say about sand goblins here, or
Yeah, and the final thing is that even though the plan A for them, I would say, is that defensive game attrition match, just playing the
yeah,
distance. Always keep an eye out for the assassination opportunities. If CO gets reckless, then that's always like an option, right? Like if suddenly Daimar is on the fourth row of either side, it starts becoming possible to surround him, like get a biter on the back, get a rider on the side, and then hit him for three, four, five, or and then start using the mortar and all those things. So keep that in mind. Like it's not a like don't be too shy, like know that SG also has the potential of doing those. So if Damer starts doing that, and the other one is what you did here is starve him, like don't give him good targets. Like after the first turn in which you gave me the good target, then
yeah,
I really had a hard time getting some targets with him, right? Because you kept just moving them out of those lanes, and because I was moving forward with the gates, I didn't really had a lot of lanes, right? But it's more important for CO to have those summoning positions than the lanes to shoot with Daemar on this one.
yeah. Absolutely. Well, good stuff. Do you want to start talking about what people are probably more interested in here is Crimson Order, since people it seems like a lot of people are saying they're struggling to win with him, struggling to do anything.
Yeah, let's go to the card, all the like the
Yeah,
deck for them, and we can close out with all the observations for this guy. So we already talked about most of them, right? So convert, you use all of them. Convert is really good when you start like closing the distance and trapping them, or simply to protect the warriors so that they have the like one less flank open. Like the warriors are the stars of this show. So you're going to be using them for that. Vesna Brana, it's likely discard unless you have too much magic or it's a specific situation in which you know that they won't be able to simply do a turret mortar attack and he's dead, right? So for example, in this game, it would have been wouldn't have been bad because on one side, like you didn't have like a lot of turrets because it was on Kursk all the way to the back and there were no mortars. So it would have been a decent play on this game. Casimira is the one that you want to make sure you play just to get like there's a lot of good targets for Casimira to get the activities with all the scavengers, the biters, wrenches, right? So it's all of those are easy one shots for her to get that attack, that ability. And Sekhmet, like this one, SG also gives you a lot of magic. So this guy might be able to come down, or you might need to discard it depending when you draw it. But this guy is good in this matchup too because that flight. Well, I guess when they see seven magic, they'll have to consider it, but it definitely helps to be able to get past and like reach those units thrusting or that 10 gate that is blocking you. So this guy provides a lot of value because otherwise that 10 gate can really be a killer when it's completely stopping you to reaching the units hitting you from the back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and all the events of these guys are playable. Like right now, they're really focusing on not making like bad events or they're not even circumstantial. Like you're going to be playing all of them. There's always situations to play them, and you just want to get maximum value from them. Call forth will probably be just getting you at least two warriors, maybe three, depending on the situation. So you're gonna have enough magic to play as many warriors as you can. So that would be the thing to consider there. Other than that is really just maximizing the warriors, maximizing the Valt cultists, hoping you get lucky with those coming back to your hand. Sometimes using them to heal Daemar. So if you start running out of health, you start shooting those guys because you want to make sure that those warriors can start hitting, like keep hitting hard, and that's why you want to make sure that they don't get any shots at Daemar, right? Like because you saw right now, even though at first I was like healing him back and like was at 9-10 for a lot of this game, at the end I was already at 4-5, right? So imagine if you
Yeah,
had like a single hit on him, it changes the whole dynamic. So
yeah,
you want to make sure that that guy doesn't get any hit. Always, if you're going to shoot with him, have a cultist to put in front or close the gaps so that you're able to really get the most out of those warriors. It's amazing once you're not able to do the blood begotten, how those warriors suddenly feel like they can barely do anything, right? Like if you don't have the potential of using that. And yeah, finally, the Dome Cultist is the one that you might get to discard like a couple if at the beginning of the game, because at that point those guys are not really gonna do much. You would rather get the deck moving and have enough magic to keep the warriors coming, and then also like a champ and a warrior. So and I think in this game I just discarded like one or two of those guys. I think just one of those and one priest that I had at the beginning of the game. And the priest, it's just pretty solid. Like you might discard one at most, but many times you'll always find uses for her just to either support the warriors or be around Daemar to cover the flank so that the biters are not able to just fly there and enhance those attacks that she's going to be doing. One thing with Daemar, once you start moving forward, try to avoid having like a priest behind Daemar because you never know when you'll have to suddenly start retreating. So there was a turn
mm,
in which I had either like an extra like value of the damage that I could attack with Daemar covering the back, and then I regretted it because it really makes your mobility with him much harder. So it's usually better to have the back cover like free to escape, especially when you know that there's no threat for the biters. Like you had already played all biters, so it's
yeah,
better to have the escape route. Only if you're already forward and they have like a lot of options, you might want to cover the back. But at that point, you're probably already overexposed because if you're covering all flanks and the back and you have Daemar there on their side of the field, you're at a lot of risk for like the mortars and like they have a tricks to get rid of the front unit and start attacking, and then you can't escape. So probably better to be really careful with Daemar.
yeah. Makes sense. And what would you say to the experience of I just played this matchup as Daemar, and it seems really hard to just keep him alive. Like I want to advance and get the gate, but it feels like if I advance, I'm just some biter, some mortar is gonna get to me and make it very difficult. Like if I
Mhm.
want to advance with Daemar and Sand Goblins is getting in my way at every step, how do I get through that?
Eh, for that is consider that you don't have to get Daemar too far into their side. Like really, all you need for those gates is like as long as you get them on the fourth row of the opponent, that's a good spot. In this case, I was able to
Mm,
get one like even closer. I think it was on the third,
yeah.
the third row. And the only reason what I went there was because you didn't really had a gate to cover that side. But if you had a gate on that side, I would have probably kept the gate, the fourth gate, into your fourth row. And that way, as you saw there, like Damar was never really exposed to a lot of risk by doing that. Like, don't think you need to go and cover like their front gate because many times like that thing is gonna have thrust and just gonna move, or that it's need to get it on their second row or third row. Like that's probably already too far. And if they have a gate on the sides, it's really easy for them to have like a play to surround you or get you on the back with a biter or things like that. So just keep play it safe. Just keep him on your side of the field, and that should be enough, really. Like once you have the gates on the fourth row, like you'll have the reach for most of the positions that they have. And if you have an opening like what I had in here, like yeah, go for the third row, right? That was even better, but that was really only because you didn't had a gate on that side to to threaten me with a counter attack on Damer or a surround or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, got you for sure. Well, that's all. It's it's an interesting matchup, and seems like a tough one for Damer. That you're saying only by a little bit, but yeah. Anything else you want to talk about before we
Yep, I
call it
think
here?
that's a good place to wrap it up. Yeah, so I would say SG definitely has the advantage. It's a bit of a tough match for Damer, but as you saw, like playing it in a certain way really evens things out. And if SG doesn't get cards in a certain order, or if they like, there's many situations in which we can allow CO to take the game.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, so Vexer and I will hopefully be back. We're trying to do as many of these league matchup showcases as we can. Just get in a live game and talk about it a little bit. Think about how it goes. We'll try to get there. We're trying to get this to take around 2 hours. And unfortunately, I think I took a bit too long in my turn there, and I don't know. We'll figure out something eventually to hopefully get this not to be quite as long. But this is a ton of fun, and these games always have me on edge, and I feel like I learn a ton from them. So super delighted to have you on.
Yeah, yeah, thanks, man. So yeah, hopefully next week we do Obsidian with Dwarves versus Fungal Dwarves, and yeah, let's see if we can kind of like try to keep it in the 2 hour mark. But this matchup it's a total grind, so I'm not surprised it took us a little bit longer.
Yeah. We'll chat about that. Yeah, that matchup seems like a fun one. So yeah, hopefully it will have something on in a week to showcase that one.
Absolutely perfect.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Well,
thanks everyone. Thanks, Ben, and yeah, we'll be in touch.
all right. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
And yep, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna call it here. We'll get more of these in. Yeah, just love. Vexter always takes me to the utmost of everything. Everything needs to be perfect, or I'm gonna get stomped. And I was feeling pretty stomped, and managed to like game went to like we had somewhat of a plan at the it was so ragtag. Like we just did not, we just let him waltz into the field. We just we didn't get like a thruster and a turret on our gate until I think that's the biggest mistake I made this game. It's just like these needed to be on the 10 health gate at the beginning. I was like, oh, I'll draw them again. They were at the bottom five. um but still a very fun game. Feel like learned a lot about this, and it's just always fun to talk with Vexer. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll have another one of these. I'll probably make like a playlist on YouTube just to have all of our matchup showcases in one place. And yeah, I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.